1 hour before work started. I used to tell him, why don't you sleep a little longer? Come on, it's snowing out, it's terrible. No, John had to get to work on time. And so, I always worried when I heard on the radio or TV that there was a construction accident and prayed that nothing happened to him, because of course he would never call me even though he had a cell phone. He did have a few minor accidents on his jobs, and I can only remember a couple, like the day when he screwed his hand right through and kept on working. He came home and said, "It's no big deal." Another time he had a toothpick-sized splinter in his hand.
Still got it.
Rotted in his hand, yeah. And there were many cuts and bruises, and some days he would come home with electrical tape wrapped around the finger, with skin hanging off when he would take it off, you know, stuff like that, but he kept on working. I remember very well 20 years ago, about it, maybe more or maybe less, he came home and there was this big hole right through his clothes. At that time he worked outside and it was very cold, so he had many layers of clothes, at least 4, if not more. And he was smoking. And the butt fell right in here. You remember that, John? And he had no clue, and about 10 minutes later he's like, "Something's burning." "Oh shit, it's me." He had a big hole right in his chest. Okay, so, and then it was the time to come home, and he would fall asleep before he even got into the Lincoln Tunnel, and that was like 1 minute after he got on. And so he would fall asleep on the bus, and it would take him sometimes to Passaic, Patterson, I don't know where the heck he went. But he would call me and say, "I kind of fell asleep, can you come and get me?" And I would have to go pick him up, and one day he came home with a bag under his arm, and I said, "What's that?" He goes, "I fell asleep on the bus again, so I went to Bradley's and bought a shirt." Okay. So now people are asking, "So John, what do you do since you have retired, you know? What do you..." Well, that's a great answer, exactly. Not much. What he does most and best right now is play Brishla on the internet, and he cheats. They have a regular mode and a learn mode. He plays the learn mode where all the cards are open, so he knows what the computer has and what he has, and still gets upset when he loses. He lands on the table, I'm like, "What now? Look, what am I going to throw now?" I'm like, "I'm busy, leave me alone," you know. So anyway, and of course in the background it's Radio Koprivnica, or recently Narodni Radio. He sings, puts blasting loud when a good song comes on, which is every 2 minutes. He's really, I don't know, I'm going to have to move out or something, yeah. What?
Do something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do, yeah. But anyway, I could go on and on about stories, but we're here to have a good time. So I'd just like to end it with saying that all my children and myself, we've had surprise parties or just regular parties. My husband never had a party. No birthday, no big 50, no 60, you know. Who knows, we'll get you for 70 maybe. But so they approached me and said, "Mom, if you don't do something for Dad, we're not going to talk to you again." So I was forced into this, but I'm glad that we did it because we really got you good. Yeah. When we walked in, he looks at me and says, "Party for what?" I said, "Your retirement." He looks at me and says, "You knew?" Yeah, hello. Okay. So, today is all about John for once, and we want to honor him and wish him many happy and healthy years ahead, which he truly deserves. Therefore, I would like all of you to raise your glasses if you have anything in them. If not, water will be fine. Okay? And join me in wishing John, the most wonderful husband and man in the world, all the best not only today, but for many years to come. Cheers.
Cheers.